It's Johnny Venezia with RotoWire. We're talking 5 player prop bets you need for week 7. Let's roll. First up, we're going to go with JSN over 6.5 receptions. Stop me if you've heard this one. This has been an ATM, a cash cow. JSN is on his way to top 5 wide receiver status. If you got him with me at 20-1 in the preseason for league leader in catches, looking like we're in pretty good shape. JSN had an absolute monster piece in Jacksonville in week 6, and now they come back home in Seattle, Monday Night Football against Houston. Now, granted, Houston is not one of the easier matchups for him, but sometimes you have to look past the initial matchup on paper and just realize my guy is better than your guy. And while the Texans have been really good, they haven't faced many receivers of JSN's caliber. And I think with the way Sam Darnold's going to be force-feeding Jaxon, Smith-Njigba, it should be another 10 to 12 target type of game for him. And with JSN just hauling in every single pass that comes his way, I think we have a pretty good shot of getting to 7 catches in this one. Also, I think because the Texans have a good defense and they're doing really well, top 5 against the run right now, it could be difficult for Seattle to get moving on the ground here, so they're going to have to resort to the pass game and their best player on offense, which is JSN. So let's go here back to the well with 7 catches for the superstar breakout receiver from Seattle. Next, go to somebody that is welcoming back to the NFL. Rashee Rice, fresh off the suspension. Weird they're welcoming home like some conquering hero instead of the circumstances that he's coming back from. But 56.5 receiving yards is the boat here. Only one number available at the moment, but Rashee Rice is going to be a sore set of eyes for the Kansas City offense. They desperately need him, and now that he's back, they've said he's not going to be just eased into the offense. It's going to be full boat for the guy. He's going to be doing what he normally does. And now Kansas City here, this is a big week against Vegas. It's the rivalry week. I don't think Rashee Rice is going to be getting like 20 snaps. I think it's going to be damn near full boat. So 56.5 receiving yards. Could definitely see him sneak something close to a 100 piece. I like the over here. Next up, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, over 74.5 receiving yards on a fantastic Monday Night Football contest against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, potential NFC Championship preview. Great thing about RotoWire is the tool that my team put in place here, because they're giving you all the numbers in one place. For instance, the 74.5 I'm talking about right now, we have another book right next to it. You can see the side-by-side comparison that has 79.5. 5 yards is a very big difference, and you can see that side-by-side, just FYI. But I think Tampa Bay, playing with the injuries right now, the Lions are going to be hungry for a bounce back. Amon-Ra had a lot of catches against the Chiefs, but he didn't have a ton of yards. I think he's going to be targeted early and often in this one. Of course, Gibbs and Montgomery are going to be the focal point of the offense, but Amon-Ra is going to be getting a lot of single coverages, and I think Jared Goff is going to look to attack. Tampa Bay historically has been better against the run, and look, I don't know if they're going to be coming to shut down what the Lions have to offer here, but they've been pretty good against the run so far against running backs. So I think the opportunity for the Lions to move the ball is going to be through the air, and Sun God is going to be the guy that gets there for them. So 74.5 yards to the over. I think Amon-Ra could be pushing a 100 piece as well. If you enjoy these videos, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because right now, RotoWire is giving you 15% off of any product on RotoWire.com. This includes our fantasy football rankings updated weekly, our monster behemoth tool that I just told you about, giving you all the fantasy betting, DFS, numbers, prices, books, side by side, everything on one single screen. No more hopping around. The big dogs are doing this. The winners are doing this. So if you want to be a winner, make sure you're locked in to this tool. Get on board. And of course, you got access for our experts for those tough morning Sunday start sit decisions. We have a early overseas game. Hopefully it is the last one. I would be more than happy to see that happen. But 9:30 a.m. start time, don't forget about that. And you're going to get the best player to put in for your lineup. Use code YouTube15 at checkout. Right back to it. Josh Jacobs against the Arizona Cardinals. 72.5. A little light in my opinion. Wondering why that is. Josh Jacobs had a very good performance against the Cincinnati Bengals. He really took over late in the game. And now look, we're seeing the Packers as 6.5-point favorites at the Arizona Cardinals. And Arizona, it's a defense that I'm not really sold on as this elite unit. They haven't proven anything along those lines. They're top half in the NFL and giving up the most yards to running backs out of the backfield. I think Josh Jacobs, and I always gravitate towards this, when you try to use the spread to predict the player props, and granted, it's baked into the price, but if Green Bay is a 6.5-point favorite, there's a good chance they could be playing with a lead later in the game. Josh Jacobs is their closer. He's their Iceman. So this is the kind of guy, especially as the game goes on, he gets stronger. So I think 72.5 is light here. I like Jacobs at least 80 yards this week, but let's take the over 72.5 against a vulnerable run defense and an advantage where Green Bay should be running the ball in the second half with a lead, similar to what Indianapolis did late in the game in week 6, although they had to come back from behind. Last but not least, Sunday Night Football. Bijan Robinson, over 117 rush receiving. Only one book right now out. That's MGM at this price. This is a big number, but the way Bijan's ripping, it doesn't matter. I mean, this guy put up over 230 total last week against Buffalo. This is Offensive Player of the Year territory. This is the guy that has a legitimate shot to win this award. He is being targeted and attempted on a lot of Atlanta's plays. And truth be told, San Francisco, it's not the same defense. Plus, Fred Warner got hurt last week. That's a devastating injury for the 49ers. Bijan Robinson should be pushing 25 total touches again. I mean, he went nuts against Buffalo. And San Francisco, even on the road, it's a good defense, but it's nothing crazy. It's not this elite unit we once knew. And when you have a guy like Bijan, who is probably the best athlete on the field, just about every time he steps on the field, San Francisco doesn't have really many players that I would think can cover him. So 117.5 seems light. It's definitely a number I would look at. And you never know. We might get two running backs in the same game, get a $120 plus, both rush receiving between McCaffrey and Bijan. So I like Bijan have another big performance here. Keep this gravy train on rolling. Everybody, enjoy your week 7 bets.